Hello friend. Today I want to share with you something about how meditation works across the broad spectrum of different types of meditation. I hope that by the end of the video you will have learnt something quite important if this is something that interests you, because I've been meditating for about 6 years now and studying it quite intensely, and this is the first time I've ever had this thought, and I've never read it anywhere in the way that I'm going to share it with you. The idea is that meditation is very confusing because there are so many different types of meditation, and it's quite difficult to navigate all the different ones and what they do. But actually, we can think about them in a relatively simple way. What I've been thinking about is a spectrum from being grounded in the most fundamental layer of our reality on one end to performing a meditation which is completely in the realm of imagination at the other end of the spectrum. So, the simplest, most direct and cutting through way to do a meditation is to simply rest with your experience, only with the intention to inquire. What is my experience? What is the nature of reality? Who am I really? At the fundamental layer, this is a question that cuts through all layers of concept and labeling that we might put onto all parts of our experience. If we nudge up a bit further, then we get what are probably the most common type of meditations that I certainly see, which are breath-based meditations and body scan meditations, where we are focusing on our breath and our bodily sensations, and we are using that as an anchor for our attention, and we are inquiring into the nature of these sensations. It's one up from the bottom layer because there's still a concept there. This sensation is the breath. These sensations are my body. And these can be tools to go into a deeper layer of inquiring about them, but we're still operating within a framework that there are things that can be known. Going up a layer in the spectrum as I'm seeing it right now, we have a moving out of not just being with our body and our breath and these very fundamental parts of our mind-body system, but we can extend our contemplations out into the wider universe. And these would be, in Buddhism, contemplations on the Dharma, which are the teachings of the Buddha about the fundamental nature of the universe and how things really work. So you might do a meditation on karma and how cause and effect works. And this type of meditation is using your imagination to consider how the wider universe really works at a very fundamental layer of reality. And you can notice this in your own mind, but you can also stretch this out to think about the universe as a whole. But the idea is that it's still grounded in reality and you trying to get closer to an understanding of the true nature of reality. Another example of this would be specifically contemplating impermanence, or the suffering of all beings, grounded in reality but still using your imagination and going further and beyond. Actually, another good example I thought of this is what Marcus Aurelius did with a lot of his meditations. The one I'm thinking of is that he would think about himself and then pan out wider and wider and wider to first contemplate the area around him, then the country, and then the world, and then the whole galaxy and the wider universe. And he would use this to center himself in how small and insignificant his little life was. And this was a very good practice for him. And a lot of the meditations that we think of today can fit into this category. And then the final layer in this model at the moment is that you've got then meditations where you are cultivating something, cultivating a quality and conjuring it to a degree. So the ones I'm thinking of are meditations on compassion. If you want to be a more compassionate person, there are all sorts of meditations you can do to cultivate this inside you. Equally, even like affirmations meditations, like I am a strong person, I am worthy of love, these sorts of things. These are repetitions, and they are trying to, maybe even, you could say they're trying to create something which is not currently there. Maybe you could say that there's something that was already there and you're just trying to unearth it. But the point is, it doesn't really matter. It's different from the previous layer, because you're not trying to just understand the reality as it is, but you're really trying to create something new and shape it in a different way. So that was the thought I had that I wanted to capture, and I think I'll be working on this in the future. But yeah, I like this thought a lot. It seems to tie together a lot of the different styles of meditation in a model that I've never seen expressed anywhere. So yeah, inquiring to the nature of reality, just what is, with absolutely no prior concept, but always inquiring and questioning as the layer one. The layer two, using the body and the breath, keeping to concepts to a degree, and using that to stabilize our attention, and staying in a fairly simple sort of framework of our own embodied experience. Number three, using imagination to consider the wider reality, and they have to be based on prerequisite knowledge about the teachings of Buddhism, or about the nature of the universe as taught by Western science and our understanding of the galaxy, or physics, or whatever you want. You could do a meditation on this. And then the fourth one is going beyond that imagination to understand reality, but imagination to create something new. I hope you're well.